everybody, and welcome to Nerfcast. This is Josh.
And this is Shawn.
And me.
Yeah, he's still here.
Yep.
And Shawn's back.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appear from the nether with a voice that works again. I was out of commission for a while because my cold was really, really bad, and I lost my voice for about 2 weeks.
Yep.
I thought it was gonorrhea.
Yes, that can happen in the throat, too. So, kids,
I know in the trenches it's no joke.
yes. I was about to give advice, but I'm not going to do it.
Alright, well, there's not a lot going on.
Nope.
2 weeks ago there wasn't a lot going on. There's even less going on now.
Less.
Yeah, when the toy fair was going on, there was not a lot going on.
Less is more.
No, 2 weeks ago was after the Toy Fair.
Yeah, so there should have been a lot to talk about.
No, we already talked about the Toy Fair stuff.
Oh, did we?
Before that, yeah.
Was I here for it?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
It was like 4 weeks ago.
Like I said, I don't know where I was. I was just in a sick place. My boss made me keep coming to work.
We did a couple. There were a couple of things that we missed on the Toy Fair stuff, but most of it we had already talked about, I believe. But
Yeah.
either way.
So let's talk about what's new.
Yeah.
Oh, that new.
Yes.
New.
So Orange ModWorks recently released pictures of new darts that they're planning to release.
Yeah, so last time we talked about Tack gear. They got the blasters coming out. Well, first they announced their actual Tack gear for OTAC
Yes.
gear, which looks kind of cool.
OTAC.
Yep. Then they got the blasters. Now they announced darts. Weird, because I would have thought they'd have done that in complete opposite order.
Chicken and egg.
I thought you would have started with darts because they already make springs for Steffens, and then they'd have moved from darts to magazines and clips and things, and then finally they do a blaster.
Maybe they were waiting for the market to be flooded with so much aftermarket darts that Nerf couldn't possibly take down everyone at once.
That's true.
That's true. I feel like they lost, like their copyright expired or something, because
darts.
everybody's making darts now.
Maybe someone was just like, you know what? You just can't copyright darts.
No, see, because I have wait, all right, this is only slightly off topic, and it's me. So fuck you guys, you go off topic enough. I get to go off topic for once. So McDonald's has the Big Mac.
McDonald's.
I don't know if you noticed. Suddenly, everybody has a big something now that has the same exact stuff as the Big Mac.
Yeah? Even the special sauce?
Yeah, so like there's a Big King,
Yeah.
there's a Big Jack,
Does
there's
the
a Big
King
Carl.
have the special sauce, though? The orange stuff? The nasty shit?
It
It's
has
probably
sauce that
different.
is similar.
Yeah?
It's special to them, so I don't know if it's exactly the same, but I feel like for a very long time, Big Macs had some sort of copyright, and you couldn't make a Big Mac, and now you can make
Isn't
something
there
that's like a
an
Big Mac.
expiration of patents after like 30 years or something like that?
Right, I think it's something like that.
There are, but the thing is, with food, I don't think it really counts, because if you look pretty much with any food thing, and this is the fatty and me talking, there's no reason someone can't mimic something right away and just say the recipe is slightly different. You
That's
are
true.
doing it exactly the same.
Yeah, but it's the name. I'm more worried about the name copyright, not the ingredients.
Oh, yeah,
Also-
so that's why they go with like Big King instead of Big Mac.
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's obviously you're looking at it. If you love McDonald's, you'll be like, then I should love a Big King.
No, it's not like back in the day when Superman's creators could sue Shazam, Captain Marvel, because he was too much like Superman. That don't happen no more.
Low blow.
Also, that's
Yeah.
why secret recipes are probably so big too, because if they had patents on them, they wouldn't need to hide the secret recipe. Like with Coke.
Or Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
The other example I was going to use for those of you who don't eat fast food is Legos.
Word.
Oh, yeah.
That expired.
You was like,
Now you got Creos, TOs, Elemental POs,
Mega Blocks.
Hasbros.
His ears perked up
You
like
got
a dog.
You got
What?
bronies.
That's why they had to come out with a movie. It was the only
Bronies?
way they could
They're
make
coming out
money.
with a bronies movie?
No, Lego movie.
Oh, I'm
Oh.
surprised they haven't done that. Like, it's the boy ponies in high school.
If
There
they
was
come out with a
there was actually a Brony documentary already.
If they come out with a brony actual like movie, I might have to burn down Hollywood all by myself. Like just take a torch.
I mean, just wait for
Wait,
the draft
that's
this
the
summer.
straw. That's the straw.
Yeah, bronies is the straw.
Why is
You don't
Brony the straw?
understand Because it's. Have you seen the pictures on the webs?
Josh is going to show his belt right now.
Like, I feel like I do this every episode. I feel like I do that every episode, and you've never noticed.
No, I didn't know you had a My Little Ponies belt.
You
Yeah.
didn't know that?
It's Doctor Who's.
What the?
Like the show Doctor Who.
I feel like I don't even know you.
It's funny because
That's
his name on the
disturbing.
show is Time Turner.
Actually, it's weird. They keep trying to get to Doctor Who's in like all of the
We're off
all
topic.
of the media.
We're off topic.
Maybe he doesn't have a name that we know.
See, you say that, but I have a friend who makes custom My Little Pony stuff, and I'm getting on at some point. There's gonna be a Nerf pony. It's gonna happen because Hasbro owns both of them.
We're on the path to it. We have Nerf dog already.
We
Nerf
do
pony
have
is the
Nerf
next
dog.
step.
I hate all of you.
We get Nerf equine. We're good.
I'm not calling you a brony. I like you too much.
Only
as a friend.
Josh's people can use that word. You have no right.
I like you too much as a
Hobbits?
friend.
Yes.
So anyway,
I am fire.
we were on the topic of darts.
Yes, knockoffs.
Yes.
All over the place.
So a lot of them
Yeah.
are coming out. I was under the impression that Nerf had a patent on the dart design.
Give me the basket.
The musket. Oh.
It's also called a quiver. Also
Basket.
from Lord of the Rings.
War in the North.
Yes.
We
All right.
got knockoff green darts.
Oh yeah. Hopefully this video comes out because we're showing darts at people.
Yes.
Oh, these are regular darts.
Those
Get
are
your
real.
3D glasses ready.
Oh yeah. One of these days it's gonna be a thing.
It's like I can touch you.
You got problems. Son.
It's from the intermission show.
Good gravy.
That's a lot of darts.
None of those are cheap knockoff darts.
Oh,
Why did you
no,
like it?
I know. I'm disappointed.
I
Wait,
mean, this is a
no,
pretty cheap dart
blue
right here.
knockoff dart.
Oh yeah. People at Foam Action Network know how to hate those.
Cheap dart.
No, those are expensive darts,
Oh, my
Shawn.
werewolf-
Those are like $1 a dart.
Cheap quality, expensive
My
cost.
werewolf darts are around here somewhere. But
So
anyways,
for those wondering, his werewolf darts are gray
They're-
slash silver.
they're silver knockoff
bullets.
darts.
My mixing board's going to catch fire with all these darts right here.
That's the
So,
idea.
anyways,
So I was
Um,
under the impression that they had a patent on the dart design because I know Hasbro has been so happy in the
Oh.
past, especially with Busby. But that was on a Super Soaker patent or something like that, wasn't it, Josh?
Oh boy, I couldn't tell you which patent it was. It was a while back, but I thought it was actually Nerf related, or rather foam dart related. I don't know if it was the way that darts were configured or the way that some of the inner workings of the blasters worked.
All I know is if you look at a lot of Busby darts, they're all the suction carp ones because I don't think they want to touch the streamlined design.
so
Yeah, all their stuff is very different.
what's interesting is there's actually a little symbol from the company that makes these darts, like a little B
On some of them.
on some of them.
Yeah, some of them don't have
It
anything.
stands for BERF.
Burf. Burf, burf, burf.
Let's see what it says. I don't know.
It doesn't say. It's in like Chinese, dude.
It's like Chinese with like a wing on the side of it or something like
Yeah,
that.
every time I look at it, I'm like, I just assume it says like Dynasty Warriors 4 because it
No.
looks like the same thing.
Anyways, knockoff darts are running rampant all over the eBays.
Yeah.
We got the Kooshy McKoosh Koosh.
Ooh, oh,
Site
so
did like a 41-minute video dissecting.
yeah.
Yes.
So I've heard really good things about the koosh darts.
Thumbs up. So
Yes.
Woo. We just got our hands on. So actually, some people that we know have had them for a while and did some tests.
shout out to Kimball
Yeah.
and Chris James.
These two managed to get their hands on some via Kimball and Chris James, and I got nothing because nobody loves me.
And now,
It's okay.
as of this week, there are green Koosh darts.
Yeah, I like
I
green.
ordered 300.
Yeah, so the
With a
darts
capital free.
are mad cheap. They're like 10 cents a dart. And apparently, the word on the street is, according to Reddits and from our other sources, is that
Reddits.
no, we just said Chris James and Kimball and
Reddits.
other people.
The internets.
Basically, they are great in modified blasters. You throw a new spring in there, you're getting a little bit less distance, but you're really accurate.
Yeah.
Whereas apparently in stock blasters, they're more accurate, but you just lose so much range.
Yeah, you got to figure a 10 to 15 foot decrease in a stock blaster is going to make it mad shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
No,
And
I
if you
agree.
get highly modified, you probably get 25. So if you lose 10 net 15 game fire accuracy, sign me up.
Yeah.
We saw that with the hammer shots when we were using the old suctions when we were doing the carnival games.
Oh yeah.
Well, for when you guys were doing the thing for GameStop where you did the carnival games and for AT&T, they fly in a really nice straight line.
Yup.
40 feet. We were able to hit the targets, predict the arc of the blaster a little bit.
Mhm.
So I thought that was we obviously know the Nerf dart head is what screws a dart up.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Yeah, looks like it's a dart head. Nerf, get on that. Seriously? If everyone else has this figured out.
Well, to be fair, Nerf is kind of on that because they brought out the Elite suctions.
Yes, that apparently you have to wear out pretty hard to make them suction.
Yeah, but as far as them being more accurate, apparently they are significantly more accurate than regular Elite Streamlines.
Nerf, just buy the Koosh company. I know you can afford it.
There's a
those are
good
awesome.
chance that Nerf might own the koosh company for the most
And
part.
just put it out as a tester.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty awesome.
or they're like, guys, we messed up this batch of heads. They melted a little bit. What are we going to do? Get them on eBay. Johnson, put them all on eBay. See how they sell.
It's true. It might happen. I mean, the cool thing is, if you need cheap darts and you're not using flywheel blasters, there's an option for you.
Correct.
I hear they work all right in flywheel blasters too, right?
The kooshes.
The kooshes,
Not,
yeah.
not the
Kooshes.
multicolored shenanigan darts.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so those are just terrible.
3 millimeter short.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 millimeters short.
But man,
But they
you
come
know
in
what?
colors.
They're terrible if you want to actually hit something, which I know is the main goal of Nerf. But if you want some freaky deaky flight patterns,
Yep.
those things. I shot a guy. We played this weekend, and I took a shot at a guy, and it literally got like 5 feet from his face and made a hard turn right. It was damn near 45-degree angle. The thing was like, woof.
Yeah.
But the cool thing was there was a guy standing 5 feet next to him, and it plunks the guy in the side of the head. And he looked at his buddy. He was like, "You're out."
Wow.
It was pretty awesome. I mean, it's just the way it curved. I was like, that doesn't even make sense.
And here's the thing too. I feel like for certain game modes, you don't even necessarily have to hit someone.
Nope.
You just have to be like, look, I'm going to run at you, and a lot of darts are going to come out.
Exactly.
I like the ones that when they go, the knockoff ones, some of them go end over end after a while in the air.
It's like a
Mhm.
tomahawk
It
throw.
just starts going end over end, or they go squirrely like this. It's
Yeah.
a pretty cool stuff. I mean, and then of course, if your opponent's basically a whole bunch of flywheel blasters, since they don't work, kind of pisses them off.
Oh yeah, that was funny this weekend. All the blue and green darts we were using, we would fire them, and we were using Alpha Troopers, Rampages, Hammer Shots, all working decent for us. The other team was using Rapid Strikes, or using Stripes. No luck at all. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it was rough.
Allow us to shoot all of our ammo over to you, and you can use none of it.
Yeah, people were raging pretty hard.
Raging Cajun.
Raging Cajun. That
Actually,
is
I don't
Gambit.
even know if they're raging that hard. I think they just picked up after a while. I was like, the light blue darts, don't touch them.
Yeah, they were like, these
They were
suck.
walking up to me like, "Take your shit back." They like literally, they were like, "Take your shit back." I'm like, "No, Kimmel brought them."
Ryan gave me this look at the end of the day too. He's like, I don't want all these darts.
But he'll take
Yeah.
You know, Ryan took every single one of those darts.
No, here's the thing. I had to
Paul.
kind of force him at the end because our host, Connor, who hosts the fan games, Foam Action Network games up in the city,
Connor,
check out his Facebook page, Foam Action Network.
Captain
Mhm.
Blowgun.
He had to leave a little bit early, so everyone's like, what are we going to do with all the darts? By early, I mean the game had been
Okay.
over for 45 minutes, and we were still picking up all the darts.
It
and
was like
everything.
12:30 at night.
Oh, don't even get me started. We went from like 6 to 12, and there were no bathrooms and no drinking fountains. So
There were no bathrooms?
Were there?
Where, no, there were no bathrooms.
Are you thinking of the elevator?
Oh, I want to give a shout out to the parking garage. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, at the end
B.f.u
there's
is
only,
never without a bathroom.
at the end of the cleaning, there's only 4 of us there, so I had to be like, Ryan, you're taking the rest of the darts, and he just looks at me like, fine, I will do this.
I will take them and burn
It's like
them.
it's only fair. You are going to see everyone at the next game you go to, because one of our players, Ryan, literally goes to every Nerf game that happens in the Bay Area.
It's true.
The only one I don't think he's been to is the University of California Santa Cruz one.
It's far.
I used to go to school. It's
I mean-
it's a less of a drive than some of Connor's games,
I
actually.
don't know. Has he been to Doug or Nevada Nerf Nation? He
Uh,
wasn't at Sunday Showdowns.
Novato has Nerf games?
Nevada? Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know
Nevada
if they're still
Nerf
running
Nation.
them. We haven't gotten a notification. The dude running
Yeah.
them, Chase?
Yeah, Chase.
Novato Nerf.
Well, you know what? I don't even know if he wants
Cagliari.
his last name on the.
Calamari.
Yes.
Chase Calamari.
Chase runs Nevada Nerf Nation.
Yes.
So yeah, their game's in Nevada.
Yes.
Doug. Did I ever say Doug? I might have already said Doug.
He
Welcome
was
to
really
Doug's
close
Army.
to just driving up to one and like going to it, but I think another Nerf game got in the
And
way.
then I don't know if Ryan's been to Jericho or Crosshairs or
What is Crosshairs?
Where's Jerry Curl?
Jericho
Yeah.
is up in the city.
Yes. It's Jericho's a game mode. Might as well talk about this. So Jericho's a game mode.
Game mode.
Allow me to explain this game I've never played before.
Yeah, I was about to say none of us have been. Let's figure out what it is, guys.
From what I've been told, and as I always say, feel free to correct me in the comments because I'm never right about anything. It feels like sometimes. Basically, you have a small pistol. You walk around the city concealed, and you have to try and nail the other players who are also assassins in this Jericho game.
Yeah. So. Okay.
Yes.
Popo will shoot you.
For a triad in your pocket?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Triad looks like a real gun.
Why you showing them your Triad?
Is that a Triad in the pocket, or are you just happy to see Shawn?
No, son, that's a Jolt. That's a Jolt at best.
By the way, I was thinking, I always want to say Ultra Magnus now instead of just the Mega Magnus. Because I was gonna say, is that a Magnus in your pocket?
We give you so much crap for that Ultra Magnus comment now. Every time, like on the chats, we'll put up the Ultra Magnus dying. Every time I find somebody on a comment on a forum that says Ultra Magnus is the worst Transformer, I send it to him.
I hate you.
I'm like, that's your boy. The worst Autobot.
So props to Orange Mod Works for working on dart designs. Did
we actually talk about
the design?
hold on.
We did. That was how we started the whole thing.
No, we just said they were making them.
Oh.
So they're making like 3 darts.
Some short range.
4 darts.
4 darts?
Long range.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
2 short with the serrated on the nose, and 2 long. Wait, no. 1 short, long serrated, 1 short, 1 long solid.
Yes.
Cool.
So basically, I think the goal was that the solid-nosed one's going to be like basically a step-in size, one's going to be regular dart size. So whatever blaster you use, you'll have the dart compatibility with it.
Yep.
It sounds like because it's a solid tip, the flight path is supposed to be a little bit better, weighted a little bit better. The serrated, I don't even remember what the point of it was.
To rip.
So
I think it was less range, more accuracy.
Yes.
While the weighted ones was supposed to be more range and still.
I thought one of them was more for, apparently they wrote for more indoor wars or close quarters combat because it's not supposed to hurt as much. I don't know which it was. I don't even know if I saw a picture of the serrated one.
I mean, here's the thing.
They all look solid to me.
When they come, well, by serrated I mean like it just has like like slits on the side of it.
Guild?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
The guild dart.
It's like the holes that are in the regular darts, but there's just slits all the way around. So so it decompresses when it tags you.
Like Neymar's neck.
Yes.
Yeah, gills. I get it.
Wait, do they have wings on the feet too?
I hope so.
His character makes no sense to me whenever I look at him.
He gives you wings!
I don't understand why he flies.
He's not even Australian.
He was like it's a whole other thing.
Pressure of the deep.
Still
side.
Still a better king than Aquaman.
That is true.
Anyways, so yeah, good job, Orange Mod Works. You guys are stepping your game up out of Texas.
Hopefully, we'll see. Because if it will come out for another 2 years, then their game will be stepped up then.
Have faith, son.
I'm just saying, there is no projected release date yet. I don't want to get our fans.
2015.
Yeah, I don't want to give our fans.
Look, they've said a lot of things.
Yo, wait, you weren't around, so you didn't know the 2+ year wait for a kit that became obsolete like a year in.
It's tough when you have to work with law. I feel like having to work in America.
No, they said it wasn't the law.
There's no law there.
They said that it was actually they had to refine their product because it was breaking the batch they got.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the highest purity I've seen in a product out of the Southwest in a long time.
People are just really mad about the
blue.
Blackshot kit. Yeah. I mean, we've discussed this on the podcast. We've had hit or miss, and a lot of other people have had hit or miss with Orange Mod Works kits. Everybody's like, yeah, they're really good on the springs, except for Shawn because he didn't get his.
Nope.
But I mean, if you just want to order a spring and some metal parts for like a metal trigger catch, stuff like that, it's awesome.
Yes.
But the moral of the segment is go out there and try some different darts. See what you like. Maybe you could Nerf a little bit cheaper. And if we can make it $5 cheaper, it gets the pagan seal of approval.
That's right.
True. If Josh can buy darts for, let's see, if we're saying 10 cents a dart for some of these koosh darts online,
yes,
sacrifice
that means you will get $4.90 back per dart if it is $5 cheaper.
Yeah, I agree with that math.
Checks out.
I mean,
thanks, China.
If you're paying $20 for a 75 pack in the store, and for $20 you can get 200 of these koosh darts, and they're more accurate, and you were going to put like a 5 or 7 kilogram spring in your blaster, even if you did nothing else to it, that's awesome. Heck, you could take out the air restrictor on the hammer shot and it's probably fine.
That reminds me. Off topic.
Yep. Don't ask me a technical question.
Orange Mod Works. Yo, WTF, son. Where's the spring for the hammer shot? My boy Mitchell found one at a hardware store.
That's a good question.
How y'all gonna step y'all game up?
Are people saying the Retaliator spring works for it?
People say a lot of things.
I don't know. I haven't
And there were
checked.
some tutorials with some spacers. I want an easy one. I just want to insert a spring.
Yeah.
The one Mitchell found was fantastic. I wish he sent. I think he sent me the bag number. But
Hopefully,
come
'cause
on,
I want to check out my hammer shot too.
I will trick out my hammer shot if I know I can use koosh darts because they fly really straight.
Yes.
With regular darts, I actually found a spring that I had upgraded my triad with and one of my jolts with, and I put that in it, and it was ridiculous. And darts just tumble out.
So I'm not gonna lie. When I finally got my hands on a koosh dart,
Mhm.
and I know I'd known this already, but I was disappointed that the head wasn't actually made out of the stuff they make koosh out of.
I can see that.
Is it not?
No, it's
just
rubber.
it's just orange rubber.
Wait,
It's
what is
just
koosh made out of?
No, but koosh has
Soft
like
foam?
the gel inside of it.
It does?
Yeah, dude, koosh. When you squeeze it, that's why you do the squeezy thing.
Wait. I thought koosh
That's
was
not-
basically like a soft foam, not like a koosh ball.
Yeah, koosh.
Yeah, koosh ball.
But no, they got
I see
like
what
gel
you're
inside that thing.
They do?
Yeah, you ever ripped open a koosh ball?
Yeah,
Are you
it was
thinking
just
of like a stress ball?
No, they got a koosh ball with a little.
the ones that Rosie O'Donnell used to fling into the
I think
audience.
with little dinglies on it. They always get little dinglies on them.
Yeah, so you can fling them.
Oh, the little, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
what
they
you're
got the
fling 'em.
hair all over them. They look like chia pets, but made out of rubber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's
Don't they have gel inside those things?
Oh.
But they're super squishy.
that's just what they're made out of.
They're
That's
oh,
squishy
okay.
material.
rubbery, and I
This
think,
foam ain't that.
yeah.
Because
This
this shit
foam.
is hard as a rock.
No, it's
It's,
not.
it's just got the little fingers on it.
Oh.
No, I tapped on the top of that thing. It was like, I was like, uh-oh.
I think Orange Mall Works saw the koosh darts and like, we can do this, but better.
It's got the koosh.
Hopefully.
It looks like koosh because of the little fingers that are in there.
Right, they're just
But
all short
No,
instead of super long.
it's pretty hard.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not very
We
koosh.
will find out.
Well, if you want to find out that bad, if you guys want to hold the podcast down, I will go out to the truck and grab them.
Nah, that's cool.
Okay.
I was about to say go do it, so Josh and I
I don't care.
have a parting of ways.
I mean, you could go do it. I don't know if it's gonna help anybody on the podcast, as we have already described.
One of my 10 open.
Oh, we could cut it in half on the podcast.
There we go. We're gonna do
There you
surgery
go.
on the podcast. Hold
All
on.
right, you go do your thing.
Okay. We should really be doing this just in a separate segment.
That's a mic drop, son.
Okay, lock the door, Josh. Two-man formation, go.
Ooh, free headphones. Thank you, b.f.u.
Yes.
I'll put these somewhere. Anyway, let's keep the podcast going for the people who aren't watching and are like, so Josh is doing funny stuff with headphones.
Yes.
People that are on their commute listening are going to be like, okay, and now it's really quiet. They
Yes.
could have just chopped this part out.
Yes.
Yeah, I wish we had a scale. But I know we keep saying that we want to do like a whole segment on just darts. I just need to get a little gram scale.
I've spent so much money on the podcast. I don't want to buy more things, Josh.
Oh no, I'm just gonna find somebody who has a scale and do it that way. I just said I wish we had one here right now so we could test it and see what
Yeah.
it was compared to a regular dart. Bada boom!
I like how you show up with a Red Bull as well.
It is.
So,
Buy 10 darts, get a Red Bull for free.
All right, I'm gonna move my
pass me
tablet.
that scalpel slash X-Acto knife out of that battery box, or we can just use Josh's unnecessarily large knife.
Yeah, you know, I gotta rep my
that's
Benchmade
not a
volley.
knife.
For those who were wondering,
This is a knife.
Oh, he found
Nerf
his.
anti-werewolf darts. Bam, silver.
Yes.
Look at that. That's
Ah.
actually kind of good.
It's like I
I'm
just
so
did a mic
paranoid
drop.
about my.
One dart.
I'm
Only
only
got
gonna do
10
one.
until mine shipped from China.
That's fine. So actually, hold on. I wonder.
Squeeze the tip.
Just a tip.
See?
No, it's like.
It's not like a koosh ball. I thought it was
Squeeze
going to
that.
be super squeezy.
Wait, you already have some, huh?
Yeah, I have some at work.
I thought it was going to be super. You know what I'm talking about, Sean.
Yeah.
That is
Like,
exactly
pops
what I
out of your-
expected.
how like the extra pops out of your hand. That's what
Yeah,
I was
you can
expecting.
get those at like
Yeah, I had
Target
high
and stuff like that.
expectations. I'm sorry.
I was exactly what I. You know,
This
what, can we
is like a this. Yeah, you can go show it to him. This is kind of like a brush, like a very fine brush that you use to like clean something up or like buff a shoe.
Oh, I'm gonna
But
trip.
I thought there'd be more squish to it.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I saw it being like firm. Like you can do it, Josh. Just a tip.
No, I want to see if it'll
Narwhals.
focus on.
There you go. That worked.
Look at that. Look at
Focus,
that.
Daniel-san. Focus.
It is not gonna get that granular, dude.
Yeah, you're.
This is
pushing-
720p
You're pushing it.
streaming on the internet.
No, I'm just trying to cover you guys up.
Oh, I see how it is.
Whoa, whoa.
In the meantime, I'm the only one with the microphone, so I'll just keep talking.
Yeah, that's a thing.
So I will say this. I know that Orange Mob Works is planning for the darts to have certain purposes, but I think like the suction cups, it doesn't really matter what they plan. It's what they actually do when they arrive. So maybe they plan for something to be softer and more accurate. I don't think it'll make a difference. Oh, don't let that microphone drop.
Let's do the age-old tradition that everybody that does a Nerf video has ever done.
You get out the BioShot.
We're going to get out the
Oh god.
blaster. Can
Not
we
the
do that,
BioShot.
please?
Oh.
And we're going to do this.
Oh, we're gonna do a range test against the
Yep.
wall.
We're going to fire it off camera.
Oh, that was
wow.
300
That
feet.
seemed to be amazing. That was like 550 feet.
Yeah,
Go
easily.
buy 'em.
I need to go pick that up.
Sorry,
now.
I've always wanted to do that just because it's silly.
Just because it happens so often.
You know who does it that I like? I like the way Syke does it.
Mhm.
Because at least he has a little target set up that he knocks stuff off of, and it makes it's like foam. It makes a nice sound.
Mhm.
Like there's something he's shooting at near the camera, right? He's like, oh, that sounded harder. Some people are just like, I'm shooting across the room and falls.
I would like to believe that the people who are doing that, you actually can't see their room. They're just in a giant gymnasium that has like measuring tape laid out in every single direction. So whenever
All
they
right.
randomly fire it,
Dr. Josh is on surgery.
it actually gives you like a range.
So actually,
The glue's shit.
the glue is really terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it looks kind of reminiscent of the old Nerf darts. It has a little bit more of a stem than the new ones do.
Josh, you might have
New
to
ones
get
are just
back
like
up on them there again.
Yeah, new
You
ones
want
are.
to cut
okay.
up a new dart next to it?
Yeah, we could do that.
Sean, pass the man a new
This
dart.
should really be a separate video.
It should
Really?
be, but you know what?
I mean,
We will do a
we
video
said there was not a lot of news, so might as well do it. We might as well do a direct. There we go. We're blazing new trails.
No.
I like how Josh just ripped it off. Like, I don't like knives.
Oh, that's a lot of glue on this one.
Yeah, because Nerf cares.
Ooh, they changed them. These are squishy now. Remember the first ones when we first got
That little
these?
knuckle joint?
Yeah, they had the little knuckle joint. It was a little round. I don't know if you can see this.
You knuckle joiner.
So the one with the white on the bottom.
Yeah.
Is the
Is-
koosh.
No, it's not the koosh.
No, it's the regular Nerf.
the
You
regular
can tell
Nerf
by the
dart.
extra blue foam that came off with the actual good glue.
But when they first did it,
Clean break.
I
little-
can't see anything.
the
on
little
the
white
camera.
part was actually completely separate, and it was really round, like a little globe.
Hey, grab a Chinese knockoff dart.
Oh, there's one right there.
Oh, or that.
The video quality on this is don't. We promise we will actually do a video where we do all this. Yeah, that's gonna happen.
And Josh will do it with a GoPro
That's
on
a
his
screw
head.
top. That's a screw top.
Yeah, you can take it up. I'm tired.
Yeah,
Getting
that's
past your
way
fence.
different than everything else.
Yep, it is definitely longer, more reminiscent of the old style dirts.
But if we had taught him in the new ways.
All right, I'm gonna chop all these in half.
So the cool thing about this dart head
Yep.
is that it covers the entire top of the foam. So that there's no extra hanging out.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the other knockoff darts, one of their biggest problems is
The
The
nose
head's
is a little
not
too
wide
tiny.
enough.
Yeah.
so it doesn't cover enough of the foam.
Yeah, that's solid. It's weird because it doesn't even look like that was originally a Nerf dart. Like if you look at the koosh one, it looks like it does have like designs that were used in Nerf darts once upon a time.
Well, it's a squishy, but it's not as squishy as koosh.
Koosh.
What are you doing?
Seeing if it hurts.
Oh, this is way squishier than most Nerf heads.
It didn't feel that way when it was in the dart, though.
Oh.
It did me.
Oh no, I didn't say it wasn't squishier than Nerf heads. I just said a koosh ball. Like I literally thought there was a little mini koosh ball attached to the end.
Don't cut yourself, Josh.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
afraid. You're not using a safety circle.
Kids, do not try this at home. We are what you would call
Nope.
amateur visuals.
or just stupid.
Yeah. I'll go with that one.
So
Oh, this is solid rubber.
So these are this is just solid, like a really soft, squishy.
The koosh dart is solid rubber.
Not being two pieces makes a whole ton of sense.
For those of you listening at home who can't watch the video, the koosh dart is like just solid.
Yep. Let's see if I
Solid.
can just move
Solid.
the webcam.
Yes. And then if you go over to the regular dart, you know what to expect from it. It's got the little like chamber in there, the little dome. It's got little like tabs on the inside to probably help with the compression so it doesn't just go flat. It helps it keeps its form and rigidity. If you go over to the cheap blue knockoff ones, it doesn't have those tabs on the center. It's just a straight up dome.
Oh, so good.
So probably this one, the cheap knockoff ones, will probably get bent up over time and not make them even worse in flywheel blasters. Even harder to grip.
Cover the whole top of the dart, so there's foam left over on the sides and stuff. They're not centered. It's...
Yeah.
But the koosh darts, by the way, whoever invented that over there, because so the cool thing was the eBay seller that's doing it.
Yep.
He's now giving the measurements for the knockoffs,
Correct.
basically saying, listen, they're shorter, so
Right.
at your own risk.
Mhm.
And he's showing their heads versus a normal Nerf dart on the koosh posts.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've
he's
seen
like
that.
showing a comparison. So it's like it's their own thing, which is really sick. I mean, I'm gonna give them a run if they work. If my modded blasters
Mm-hmm.
and they're super accurate as way Kimball's telling us they are, I'm down. I'll make the I'll take. I already took the plunge to make the switch.
My concern is
Those
if
are
they
cheap.
work well enough in stock blasters. If that's the case, then they're going to end up in the community dart pile.
The only
Burn
scary
games.
part is the glue's so bad. I think that they're gonna come apart. Like,
For a koosh?
yeah, the glue's pretty bad.
I mean, I feel like we
Comparatively.
lose a lot of Nerf darts anyway, so I don't really care about losing a few
Yeah.
heads.
I guess. I mean, also too, I'm gonna play around with some different glues and see if I can
Mhm.
Find something.
find something a little better.
Yeah, but we're not doing that for. If Josh and I are doing it, we're doing a bulk order for thousands.
I know what
Yep.
you guys are doing. I've been around.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll have a.
Thousands, you mean like $60 for?
No.
God, I really hope these work well.
They So we'll try to get a video out where we actually do like measurements and weights on darts and have like detailed pictures, like we did when the Elite Streamlines first came out. We were going to when
That was like 2 years ago, Josh.
no, but I know, but what I was going to say is we were going to when they announced the suction darts because we hadn't seen those, and then suddenly it was like suction darts, cheap Chinese knockoffs, koosh, like all right in a row.
And then-
So it's just like let's just wait and put them all together.
Let's
In
be honest,
one.
when we say we,
Mhm.
Shawn and I mean you.
Yeah, no,
Josh is
And
gonna
yeah.
do
I was trying to say happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
It's almost been 2 years since we started BayAreaNerf.com.
Oh,
Yay!
congratulations, guys.
Please
I
like,
forgot.
comment, subscribe.
Rate, comment, subscribe.
Subscribble.
Actually, it got started, in May, I think?
So
that
wait,
sounds
why don't we
right.
wait till the actual anniversary podcast then? Now is that what jumping the shark is?
What?
No.
No.
Jumping the Shark is where we finally have a marriage between Nerf and Tech Recon blasters in a war.
Oh,
Where
so
it's
when
just
people
so
get married on
ridiculous.
TV, it's jumping the shark.
What? No.
It's something that's so ridiculous to get ratings, you realize that the show no longer has any real integrity left. So
So
they'll just
the
do whatever for
WWE
views.
all the time.
I feel like it's in nature. You can't jump the shark on a show like wrestling. Like a
Yeah, I
wrestling
think
show.
that's the nature of the show. So when the show is like our ratings are going down, let's just do something that's totally different.
So
and
if they
off the
brought
wall.
if Agents of Shield was really about to get canceled and they brought all the people from the Avengers movie on, that'd be jumping the shark.
Yeah, close. So the example that's used, where the term actually comes from, the trope actually comes from, is Happy Days, when the Fonz had to jump a shark in an episode because he had a fear of sharks, and the only way he can get over it was jumping over a shark. And it's kind of like, what are these characters doing here? Why is the Fonz jumping a shark? It's never been mentioned I hate sharks in the past. This is so gimmicky and weird. That's when you know Happy Days, it's all downhill from there. They've reached their peak and they're just doing desperate.
As much as I don't know the
This isn't an internet meme.
This is Happy Days.
It feels
This
like
has been
It
around.
feels like it's an internet phrase. I don't know.
What,
why.
jumping the shark?
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
No.
These terms have existed for decades.
Listen, if it doesn't involve a tablet or a cell phone, I'm not useful for shit.
The internet involves those things.
Yes, but it's the internet of things.
Corporate branding is getting to
I'm
you.
trying to think.
It is because now I'm talking about how about we parking lot this for the next podcast.
The internet of
I'm
things.
trying to think of like what technology has jumped the shark. I'm like, is it BlackBerry or do I go with Palm?
Oh, God.
Like-
Anyways,
Like who did something really stupid on a phone? The b.f.u's like, oh, that's when that company started. You know what? Gold Razor. Gold Razor was jumping the shark for Motorola.
Actually, yeah,
Yeah,
that is
that-
perfect.
so the
That is
Gold iPhone
perfect.
is another example then.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. We know that. You know.
Guys, it's gold.
Anytime you dip something in gold, you know you're going to shit.
Uh,
But anyways, so darts are out. Go try some. Once we play a couple burn games with the kooshes, we'll definitely give a fat review. I got a whole bunch coming, so I'll definitely have some for the next game for sure.
cool.
Enough to load down. 400 enough to load down a few clips and
Oh yeah,
handle some business.
I would think so.
I might buy a bunch just to, if they don't work, I might just use them for Tack Ops or HVZ or
and I
other
trust
stuff.
Kimball.
Yeah.
So
Me
I
too.
trust Kimball's judgment pretty well.
Yeah, he's way more thorough than I'll ever be with my
I'll
tests.
have no doubt they're going to work, especially because I run front loader.
Yes.
They're going out of style.
Oh yeah.
With me, if it works in an Alpha Trooper, I'm like 10 out of 10. We're good. You
Yep.
tried it in
Yeah.
a flywheel blaster? Why would I do that? I have the
Well,
Alpha
the
Trooper.
part
Word.
though with that is the Demolisher's coming out, and Josh's boner is going to get only bigger.
Oh, that's
That
a
is
point.
very true.
I've never. It's nice to see Josh legitimately super overly b.f.u style excited for something.
Yep.
And he is like a little kid waiting for Christmas right now with that stupid Demolisher.
Because when it comes out, I want to be like, oh, it's so cool to not have a strife anymore.
No, you have a strife. It's just a reshell one.
I just honestly want to see how the claims hold up to 100 feet, which is probably 80, but still is amazing for stock.
If that thing shoots 80 flat,
that's what I'm saying. And it has a freaking rocket launcher. I'm just like, I'm happy. Plus, I want to mess with the rocket launcher and see if I can figure out how to make it into a shotgun.
I think I'm gonna paint one white and blue and white stripe. Yes. And then I'll post it on the Reddits and get downvoted. Yep.
Yep, I will downvote you.
But anyways, yeah, new darts out, cool stuff. Props to Orange Mod Works, and I don't even got a smooth transition into.
I really hope you have a subject to transition into.
Second base on zombies.
Nope.
Yes.
Lies. Don't listen to him. He's lying.
Okay. So
two things. One, he was supposed to transition to something else.
I was.
Yeah, you were supposed to transition to tactical blasters.
Them guys.
Which was your thing.
That's like a monthly thing, right?
That was like your thing.
So, yeah, it was my thing too. You guys were like, whatever. So, Tactical Blasters got their website up. Another 3D printing company out of Australia, and Nerfcast feels like a very good kinship with the folks in Australia, because every time we do something live or something, they tend to have a lot of Australians on there. I think it's a time zone thing.
I mean, also, I feel like just the community is awesome in Australia.
True that.
And this is not pandering. I legitimately mean
the
community in Australia and Singapore is way bigger than it is here in the U.S. So you guys understand our enthusiasm. We're here. We're weird in the U.S. It'd be like, I don't know, like in Europe, like in England, people really loving the 4th of July. Like, okay, that's kind of weird, but you'd be much more home.
Yeah,
I feel like we're more NIC focused. No. I promise that. I feel like we're more homemade focused in the U.S. than maybe other. Oh no, Singapore's probably more homemade focused too. But they're switching more to stock, according to Sergeant.
I don't know.
People are saying they're really in the tech recon, but I've heard so many people say that.
So, anyways, site's up. They've got a couple cool things that we haven't seen yet. Retaliator sight that actually acts as like a little pullback lever handle.
Yeah.
It actually gives you sight beyond sight.
Beyond.
There's no way I could have went around that one.
Rolling Thunder Cats.
So, secondly, they have something very unique. They have a little internal mod, a piece you can put in a minimized rough cut, to where you can actually take out the whole trigger section, cut that whole thing off the blaster, and keep it with slimfire. Yes, it would be the same as you zip tying your trigger, except you get to actually cut that piece off the blaster now. So most mods stop before.
Correct.
Here, this thing lets you just take it off all the way down. So more minimizing for those folks that are into the minimization of the rough cut.
It helps because it makes it more flush with the strife, right?
Yes.
Because the strife, even when you lined it up on the tack rail, it's still, because of the handle, the extra bit you need, it's still kind of poked out a little bit, like an inch above the barrel on the stripe, which isn't horrible, but I mean, if you're going for something that looks good, you want it flush.
And they also have a tack rail adapter like everybody else, although theirs appears to be only a 1-screw adapter and smaller, which I'm really interested in. It's just unfortunate it's in Australia.
So they came out with 2 kits for the rough cut too. One to attach to a retaliator and one to attach to a strife.
Yep.
So it fixed that syncing problem too. So they're hitting at the right points on both blasters.
Yep. So welcome Tactical Blasters to the 3D printing community. I'm glad Australia's got someone to go to for their needs. And competition in the market is always amazing.
Agreed.
Good point.
Now on to zombie boobs. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so have we ever talked about tactical ops before?
Tack Ops?
We talked about Tack Ops a little bit. The last time we went to a game, we were here. We waxed on it for like.
Oh yeah, I took a nap because I didn't go.
Yeah, I was like, Shawn had not gone
because you were in Reno, but
yes,
and leaders as coaches.
God, there were so many all-you-can-eat buffets. I ate so much bacon.
So we went to Tack Ops this weekend.
Yup.
Props to Connor for doing his thing.
Yep.
And we had a good time.
Also true.
Probably all for different reasons. I have my reasons why I have a good time. His games are fun. They're loosey-goosey. And I get to play with all my folks from Burn.
Yeah, we rolled pretty deep. We rolled
7. We rolled 6 the first time, 7 the second time.
Yeah, I was like 8.
We could call it 8 with Kyle.
Yeah, because like Kyle.
Oh yeah, Kyle showed up. Kyle always comes late.
Kyle.
So Kyle rolled through. We had a good game, and Connor's awesome because he lets you all play on the same team if you brought friends, which is, I'm not gonna lie, that's the biggest appeal for me to trek up to the city for a game.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I know you guys actually like playing in a game instead of hosting a game, so that's a big thing for you guys.
Yep.
Let me tell you how nice that is, because like when you're running a game, you have people complaining about rules, about people cheating, about not calling hits properly. It's very nice just to walk into a game and like if the cops show up or something, you can be like, oh, I don't have to go talk to you.
Yeah, talk to that guy.
But he's in charge.
Yeah, that is nice.
But I also agree with you. I like being able to play with my friends, which normally at Burn games, I feel like I'm pretty much friends with everyone there at this point, because we're all a core group. We've all been playing together for so long. But we randomize the teams every time, so that way it's never the same team makeup whenever you go play.
Right. If you roll to our games from somewhere else, we'll let you play with your friends. We'll try to make it even too. But for us core people, because there's just so many of us, there's no way that we could all be on one team. In
fact, Josh and I are usually on opposing teams, so that way when we have new players, we know someone is at least explaining the rules and how everything works to them.
Yep.
So Josh and I really don't get to play together that often either.
True facts.
We're usually fighting each other.
Yeah. So we rolled deep, we rolled well. We our team, and we didn't just have Burn people on it. We had other folks on it.
Correct.
Yes.
That were doing a pretty good job. We had some folks from Modesto. I don't remember the dude's name, but I know he
Steven?
listens. Is it Steven?
Pretty sure.
Listens to the podcast, and him and I had a good two-man standoff against like the other.
Yeah, b.f.u has to give everybody a shout out that ends up recognizing him from his voice from Nerfcast.
Whatever, dude.
I really want to. I really want
I
to
feel
say.
like I owed him something for A, for listening.
Hey, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but
And B, I still don't understand how my voice is just that weird. But whatever.
it's not weird.
It's weird.
It's just
It's distinct.
yes.
I know that guy.
You can spot it quickly.
So the cool thing was we had a good mix, right?
Yep.
We had more of our guys on that team,
Mhm.
and we mixed well with the players that we didn't know, and we ran we did pretty well. We went 3-1 for our team, and it was a really good time in the different game types.
Mhm.
And Connor did a good job, and they play in this. I mean, I don't think we have all night to talk about it, but
Yeah.
they play in a 7-level parking garage at this one game, right? Because he has different spots.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lot of running, Connor.
Oh yeah.
It's a
So
lot of
much
running,
running.
Connor. Downstairs, upstairs. He's like, no elevators. Like, what? What do you mean no elevators? Me and Shawn were like, oh man.
But they're so nice.
And then the ramps.
Mhm.
It was
What I
fun.
want to talk about was getting to second base.
No,
So we'll build up the second base. How about that? Okay.
I'm going first. I'm saying first base.
Some of the game types we played with Tactical Ops, because we've explained this a little bit in the past, but Tactical Ops is more scenario based, so it's something you would play. You would see it more likely in like Airsoft or
It's very Milsim-esque.
sure.
So like you're simulating military tactics.
Okay.
Like that's like
Yeah,
airsoft. That's actually the term for it.
I
Milsim.
trust that is the term for it. I just didn't know it.
Oh no,
Yes.
throwing it out there.
Cool.
Continue.
Vocabulary for you guys to remember. So the first game was we had it was just a MacGuffin. It was just an item. The goal was there's two teams. There was SOF, which is I don't even remember what it stood for.
It's just SOF.
SOF. Everyone started calling themselves soft. You're the special forces. You're the good guys. The other guys are the insurgents, the bad guys.
There's no real difference of team. Just whatever your
None.
goals are.
And every war is written differently. So maybe the insurgents were the good guys,
Exactly.
and we were the oppressive
Right.
regime,
Yeah.
squashing them. But because my team was soft, they're the good guys.
Yes,
That's the way
you're
to
always
say it.
You're always the good guys to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the goal was to take the MacGuffin from the first floor all the way up to the 7th floor. No elevators. We had so many people. Each side had to split down into mini squads that couldn't all just like team up and go up together.
Right.
Yep.
So we had 3 squads. Each had a team leader and a medic. The mechanics of how this worked is basically if someone got down, they were stunned in place for 15 seconds. A medic had the option to go over and tag them, count to 3, and they would be revived.
Mm-hmm.
And the
And
medic
that was
can.
pretty much the same for all the games all night.
Yeah, so the medic rule was in effect all night. If the medic got down, only the squad leader was able to go and revive the medic.
Correct.
The squad leader can revive anyone else. If you end up counting to 15 and no one revived you, then you had to go out of the action, basically. Usually it meant going down a level to where no one was fighting, no one can see you, and then spawning back into the game up into the same level that all the action's happening on.
Correct.
So the first round was one of us had to carry the MacGuffin all the way up to the 7th floor and hold it there until the end of the round, which was about a 30-minute round.
Yep.
So we got up to the top very quickly, and then about halfway through we realized, oh hey, we got like 15, 20 minutes to be on top of the roof, pitch black, where we can't see anything. We can't even recognize who's on our team and who's not on our team.
Mm-hmm.
And it got a little scary.
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah. And then we ended up like flushing down some stairs and then coming back up.
Yep.
So yeah, we ended up winning that round, so that was pretty awesome.
And the second game was like basically your basic defuse the bombs.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a biological weapons attack.
We won that game on a technicality because they super hid the bomb.
Like, so it was more I whined and got really mad.
Shawn whined and we won, so I don't even know if we count that as called a draw.
Yeah, so
but we sweep the floor and couldn't find. So we sweep one of the floors and we couldn't find the bomb.
Yeah,
it's a parking garage. There's not a lot of places to hide it. There wasn't cars on this level.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I wonder if they put it in someone's backpack, but I don't want to go in somebody's stuff.
Yeah,
right.
They ended up hiding behind like a 1-inch pillar that we had to use another blaster to actually knock it out and get it over to us.
Which technically wasn't against the rules, but you know.
Well, yeah, just the rules were not given to both sides the same.
Mm-hmm.
One of them said it had to be in plain sight, and the other one did the rules. They didn't know that it had to be in plain sight.
Right.
Because if we moved it, there's no way to turn it off without moving it.
Yeah.
And if you move it, it went off.
Yeah.
Right. So it was just a miscommunication.
So Connor gave the team that one because we swept the whole floors.
And there were two of them, and I disarmed the other one, the floor beneath that.
Josh said this one.
So we got one of the two, and then the other one, like you said, you actually killed everybody on the floor. So Connor was just like, it's cool.
Which turned into 5 minutes of us yelling, "Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? Did anyone get the bomb?"
It started out with me and just the other dude from Modesto against like 6 of their guys. And then we were holding a stalemate somehow by some miracle. And then Shawn runs in with like 8 people.
I saw it
downstairs. He just comes through. I don't even know if he knew what was going on. Just comes in and he's like, huh? And then what? Everybody get their weapons. Ah! And he just calls a charge. And then it's just, I mean, we're going from spot that we're just sweeping.
There's footage of that on the fan Facebook page.
It was hilarious.
Because I think the dude that was with b.f.u had a camera, or someone by there had a camera. It might have been Connor was down had a camera. And then you see Shawn like, bah! And then all these people are behind him. It was awesome.
It was hilarious.
Like I wanted him to have a saber, just like meh.
Attack! Yeah, Shawn sends the charge in, and then we're just going spot, and then they're sending more people up from the next floor.
Right.
But they kept just running into more and more of us.
Yeah.
And it was just really cool. We tagged it. It was a super cool game, and then the next, what was the third game?
Third one was
VIPs.
the VIPs.
There was 5 people with bandanas around their necks.
Mm-hmm.
You had to kill 3 of those 5, or tag out 3 of those 5 to win the game.
Yep.
That was another one. It was a lot of sweeping. But I felt bad for their team. They had a lot of lone wolf McQuades on their team. A lot of people that just want to go do their own thing and be like elite single agents. And those
like
people
Rambo.
just kept getting torn up. Like, they would tag one of our guys out, but then not see the 3 people behind them. Like, really?
Well, yeah, and I mean, since we were divided into squads, the way that was suggested, we had a medic and somebody there, and when you had people break up, and I felt bad for some people said that on the other team, like, it was really hard when half of our team is going off doing other stuff, and they don't want to stick by the medics and the rest of us to actually get the mission done.
Actually, one of our medics was assaulting.
Oh yeah, that happened too.
So
Kimball, the assaulting medic.
Kimball was the assaulting medic, and I like it doesn't actually correspond, but I was on his squad and I was the squad leader.
Yep.
Yes.
So he kept going down. I'm like, Kimball, you're right in the middle of all the action. It's gonna be really hard.
You'd be yelling medic. Kimball would be like, huh?
It got to the point where I just started like I heard someone yell medic. I go Kimball.
Yeah, I started doing that too.
That's me.
We'll say this though: when I'm rolling with Kimball into a battle,
I
have much more of a confidence. He's like a cleric that gives a buff boost.
Yes.
I'm like, I feel like we're gonna win because I got Kimball on the right.
Is it a cleric giving a buff boost or a bard giving a buff boost?
No, Kimball doesn't sing.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of boost.
You're right. That's Kyle.
And then the 4th game we played Protect the Hostage.
Mm-hmm.
Shawn volunteered to be the hostage.
Yep.
That didn't go so well.
No.
We got rickrolled.
So somehow we lost like a lot of people by the end of the night.
Yeah.
Because there were literally 5 of us protecting Shawn.
We held out for longer than I thought. We had to hold him for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We held out longer than I thought we would. But man, the war of attrition was rough.
Yeah.
And it was fun too because as the hostage, I was invulnerable. I could not be hit or get out. So people could hide behind me and use me as cover.
Yeah.
So I was just standing in the middle of all this action, darts flying left and right and hitting me, and I'm like, I'm just standing here with a GoPro on my head.
And losing Shawn to being a hostage probably didn't help our situation.
That's true.
But yeah, we got rolled. But it was fun. There was even losing.
Yeah.
It was like we knew the odds were really stacked, and it was fun holding out. I must have been wondering how these guys felt at the Alamo.
Mm-hmm.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
But you guys put up because I was sitting there watching it all go down, and this was probably my favorite part of that round, actually, just watching my team stand up, fighting everyone off, and suddenly the fighting is all happening right on top of me, where people are just left and right.
Oh
There's
my God.
almost no cover going on at this point. Medics are running around tagging people, and then finally everyone on my team is down, and I'm just standing there, and they start yelling, "Where's the hostage?"
Yeah.
And I'm standing here like this with my hands on my head.
Yeah.
I got yelled at because someone kept saying, "Where's the hostage?" And I'm like, the dude with the hands on his head, and they're like, "Oh well." Brr. I'm like, really?
I-
Like, the guy not doing anything is the. Oh, we thought he was just a player that was out.
like, no, you're supposed to be kneeling when you're out.
Yeah, you're supposed to be kneeling or you're respawning. Those
Yeah.
are the two things.
I don't, or your gun.
I think
you don't
the
have a gun.
confusion-
I mean, he doesn't have a gun on him.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was standing up against the wall, quietly watching, not saying anything.
So
and
hilarious.
when they asked, "Where's the hostage?" I'm like, "I'm the hostage." So then they grab me and take me in an elevator and take me down to the first floor.
Which
and
was cheating.
apparently everyone was doing it. So just like with smoking, if all the cool kids are doing it, you
Yeah.
can do it too.
Yeah, you know.
By the way, don't smoke, kids.
Don't smoke.
It's very bad for you.
Don't pay attention to the pipes behind you.
Yes.
They're just for show.
Yep.
Nobody would have noticed.
Antiquities.
So the last game, which is what I really want to talk about, was
Mm.
HVHVZ, right?
Yes.
Is that how I say it?
Yep.
Yes.
Humans versus humans, so still insurgents and soft, with a little mixture of zombie love, with no time limit.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
To last person tagged out. So basically,
Never
zombies
again.
are always going to win.
Mhm.
And
Never again.
so then, for me, so I know it's not the same HVZ you guys played,
No, it just went on for so
so it doesn't
long.
count.
yeah.
I'm counting it as second base for HVZ.
I'm counting it as first.
You're going to count as first, but when I tell the story, it's going to be second.
Wait. So what would be third?
Actually playing HVZ.
Then
No.
What would be a home run?
Winning
Playing
HVZ.
HVZ for a week.
Winning,
Okay.
winning HVZ.
Okay, actually, yeah, winning HVZ
Winning HVZ would be a
as a
home run.
human.
As a human.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, here's the thing, Josh, that I'll say.
Mhm.
So basically, we just did one round where basically it was the soft people versus the insurgents, and whenever someone died, they turned into a zombie, and we had like 4 or 5 OG zombies who were going in and just trying to attack whatever
Right.
humans they could.
Mhm.
So with that, we had zombies chasing us down for a long time, and we had a lot of fast fit people like Ryan running around and chasing us as zombies.
Yep.
And the other team held like the 5th or 6th floor, and anytime we got up to the top, they would just look at us and start firing their blasters.
Yeah.
And we're like, you know, as humans, if we all team up together, 4 zombies isn't going to do anything to us.
Actually, a good thing they didn't do that because we'd still be there playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so from my perspective, it was definitely a different game type,
Mhm.
and then I got separated from my squad. That
Yeah.
sucked.
Mhm.
I made a sacrifice to save 2 people. You're welcome, Kyle.
Oh, he kept telling me to call you. He's like, call me if you want to see if he's alive. Oh, he saved me. Oh, and I was like,
So
he could be hiding behind
me,
a car.
Kyle, and this other dude, and the 3 of us together probably couldn't use the elevator because we're all big guys, right? So
Yep.
we're running from zombies, and they're catching up, and I'm like, screw it. And they go up the stairs, and I just break right. It's just draw the zombies with me,
Mhm.
and somehow managed to escape them. But I couldn't find you guys for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was rough.
So I'm wandering the garage by myself, and I'm trying to avoid the insurgents and the stupid zombies.
Yep.
So I ran a lot.
Yep.
Mhm.
Luckily, I didn't get tagged for the 4, so I come around the corner and I hear their voices. I hear Josh's voice and I hear Shawn's voice, and I'm like, guys. So I come around the corner. It felt like a movie. These guys are like, huh? What the fuck? So of course, what do they all do? They all point their blasters at me, saying, "Are you a zombie?" Like, really? That's how you're gonna treat me? It
Yes.
was Kyle who pointed his gun at me.
You know.
Kyle's so concerned. Is he okay? He's okay. I want to kill him if
He
he's
points his
not.
blaster at me. Like, I'm like, word? That's what we're doing. So, the funny thing is, I ended up being third. So I turned it, for me personally, I turned it into a game of, okay, so obviously we're playing last man out.
Mhm.
So the goal is to be the last survivor. So Shawn got tagged out probably in the top 10. I think it was about top
Oh
10.
no, it was like
No?
way before. So I got tagged out when we still had like 10 or 15 people in our group alone.
Oh,
Yep.
And the other group, I have no idea how they're doing, but they must have some people. still
shit.
up
Me
too.
and Mighty Might and I over here, we went duo on everybody and made it pretty damn far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, when Shawn went down is when we started losing a lot of people. Like Shawn went down, and then right after that, like our numbers dwindled from like 15 to 10.
Guard.
I was carrying you as much as I could and doing a lot of running backwards and shooting zombies. Normally in HVZ, I will actually run a melee weapon to just clear out zombies coming from behind.
Now, granted, we didn't know it was going to be HVZ, so we didn't plan anti-HVZ stuff.
Impromptu.
Plus, Connor has a limit to weapon size normally, so you're allowed to use a knife, but it has to be under 12 inches. Foam knife, not a real knife, kids. Don't play HVZ with real knives. Nice.
That's a knife.
Yeah, Shawn went down. He was the other half of the rear guard because Eric Anderson and you were holding it down in the back.
Yeah, it was the Anderson rear guard.
Yeah, it was. Ander Chucks were holding it down. They were just him and then him with his blaster and then Anderson with his machine gun. Like, it was crazy, and then they got tagged out. Then it just got ugly.
I gotta say, as far as HVZs go, like I've played OG Zombie and I've been turned into a zombie a couple times. Normally, I don't do that well as a zombie. I tend to assist, so I'll go in like places where like it's a bottleneck. You'd be like, well, now you have to deal with a zombie just standing here. Hope the other zombies will capitalize on this, or like kind of like guide them away from certain areas. This time I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna chase people down and go for it, and I got the most kills I've ever gotten before. Good. One of them, the first kill I got though, was painful because a guy was blasting. He had like I don't even know what kind of blaster it was, but it looked basically like a triad, but it wasn't a triad. It was like bigger and older looking. And he killed one person, he got one zombie, then another zombie, and I was chasing up at him, and he was running backwards, trying to prime his gun, and he couldn't do it. And out of instinct, he just points the gun, he's like, no! And slams it right into my chest.
Ooh, jeez.
Like right in the center of the chest.
In the sternum.
And I like tag him, he's like, yo, you got me. And I'm like, if it makes you feel better, if I were a real zombie, that probably would have gone through my rotting flesh. And got a couple more kills later on, so it was I feel like more like pure HVZ after a certain point, that there's a lot of zombies around, a couple humans, quick respawn, so zombies are always active, so you're always on the run.
So I agree with that. The thing was, since there were 7 levels, it got really rough.
It got really tiring.
Because when there's only like 10 or so humans on opposing teams completely, so it's like 5 per team at best, and they're just all over, there were a lot of zombies, but a lot of people just left because it was getting really late. So the zombie horde didn't grow to where they've got 5 or 10 zombies on every level, which is what it was supposed to be like. Yeah, it still stayed at like a group of like 20 or 30 zombies at most.
Because I learned you can, as a human, if you have enough ammunition and you're slightly fast enough, you can hold off 3 people for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I got to troll this guy. Him and the 2 other dudes were chasing my ass down. Now, granted, Josh is loaded down with about 5 extra pounds of gear that I don't have. But I'm loaded down with a lot. About 50 extra pounds of man that he don't have. Wait,
That's
about
true.
100 extra pounds.
Yeah, there you go.
So he's chasing me down because he got turned.
Right before you?
Yeah, right before me. So he's chasing me down. I'm by myself. He's got the other 2 dudes with him. And they are determined.
So actually, those were 4 different dudes.
Oh,
there were 2. When you went up to the next level, 2 other dudes met up with me. I was the only one who kept following you. Nope.
Like, why are these guys got so much energy?
It was just me.
So I'm running from Josh, and Josh is like within probably, if Josh is half a foot taller, I'm getting tagged out. Because he's within that close to me. And I kept turning around and while I'm running and shooting him in the chest.
He did.
So he's got the other dudes. He keeps loking up with people, and finally, so they're chasing me, and so it's become such a fun thing. They are determined to tag my ass out. So I come around the corner, and Eileen's sitting there shark shagging, and I'm like, Eileen, are you a zombie? She's like, yes. I'm like, high five, tag myself out. They come around the corner, like, and I'm like, I let her tag me out. Troll. And even one of the dudes was like, "That's a good troll." You fucking pricks.
Oh, that was awesome.
And then it went down to 2 skinny guys, and that was a wrap. The game lasted like another 35 minutes.
And the fun part too was the skinny guy who actually won. So when I became a zombie, he was like one of the last people I was going after, and he could run. And I used to run when I was younger, not so much anymore, obviously. But I chased him down up 3 levels.
Jeez.
And this isn't just stairs. It's running around the entire parking structure, up the ramps, chasing him down. And he's like, I'm really tired. Can you just stop? I'm like, no, I'm going to get you. And he had a melee weapon, so every time I got close, he would just hit me, and then I'd have to sprint to catch up with them. And then finally I chased him some stairs, and there's some other zombies there. And they just let him walk by, and I'm like, are you guys active? Like, yeah, we're just really tired. And I'm like,
I played 3
See,
hours.
that's so the exact opposite thing happened to me. when I was alive, me and b.f.u split up 2 different times.
Mhm.
Once we split up and we went up and downstairs, and then we met. Then I went back down to meet b.f.u with zombies chasing me, and I met back up with him. And we took the zombies out, and then we continued to roll together for a while.
He's running, come in. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, they thought I was another zombie, and I was like, nope, that's my backup. And then we did it again, and we split up. And I was coming back around to hopefully meet up with him, and I saw Eileen, who was just picking up a bunch of stuff, and I was on the stairs, and I was like, hey, Eileen, are you a zombie, or are you a human? And like 2 other people who were also picking up darts are like, huh? I'm like, no, I wasn't even talking to you. And then he starts coming up the stairs with a bunch of darts in his hand. I was like, are you a zombie or a human? He's like, I'm picking up darts. I'm like, yeah, but what were you before you were picking up darts? Are you going to tag me? He's like, well, my hands are full of darts, so I couldn't tag. I'm like, no, see, I don't trust you.
Mhm.
So I shot him, and then I went down the stairs. At the bottom of the stairs, everybody who was out of the game, who was a zombie, had just been picking up darts and putting them in a pile, and they were sorting out darts like you normally do at the end of Tack Ops.
Right.
And they're just like, man, like, we're all tired. I'm like, okay, cool. I start going by, and then Ryan finally hitches up with me at the bottom of the stairs, and everybody else who was, not everybody, but like 5 or 6 people who were there just shagging darts looking for theirs are like, screw it, let's go. And they all just chased me down, and it was rough. I was like, oh, man, that sucks.
Yeah.
So, and I was out of ammo the whole time.
Yes.
So Ryan was really mad.
By the way, we should mention too that the zombies were allowed to use the elevators too,
Yes.
while we had to use the stairs or the ramps.
So
Also correct.
and I played basketball 3 hours the next day.
You're insane.
How are you alive?
I don't know. How
All
am
the
I alive? How am I
exercise.
this fat is the real question. But yeah, that was super fun, and I feel like I got second base. Josh will call first base. I'm calling second base on this one.
All right. You know. Yeah.
And there was one fat guy in the top 3, so there you go.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Representing.
Yup.
So we got anything else? Or those?
Yeah, that's
efficient
about
for
it.
us.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, we got off topic a little bit, but we're good.
At the beginning.
Beginning, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So, any last minute announcements?
For having 3 topics, that was an awesome podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty good. We had impromptu dart dissection, and you know that's gonna happen sometimes. And
Yeah.
I had one of the more fun ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm straight. I got no announcements.
Awesome. So, a couple things. First off, there is going to be once again, check out Foam Action Network on Facebook.
Yep.
Connor's the one who runs the games. He usually runs 2 games a month. He should have a couple more games coming up pretty soon. San Francisco State University is also having their HVZ coming up in about a couple weeks from this podcast, so that doesn't really matter if you're listening to us in the future, just going through our backlog. A couple games coming up. Check out SFSU on the Facebook for HVZ. They should have a page somewhere.
We'll update our calendar. I know I haven't for this month, so I apologize, but we'll get it up there with all the games that are announced.
Yep, so go to BayAreaNerf.com.
Yeah.
We have a calendar on there. Also, this might be a little bit premature, but I did want to announce that our next Burn game, the official Burn game, the season should be starting up in April. We don't have a definitive date on when that's going to be. We still need to coordinate times with some people and honestly buy some darts because we ran very low last year.
Yeah.
But we are going to be having our first game in April.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes.
Good
So
stuff.
look forward to that. Go on to BayAreaNerf.com. We have a section for Burn that will introduce you to the rules. Also, just check out our Facebook page, which is Bay Area Urban Recreational Nerf.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll take you to a calendar of events. And also, if you just want to talk to more people in the Bay Area who play Nerf.
Awesome.
Yes, indeed.
And other than that, I think that's pretty much all I had. So, guys.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Straight.
Yep. So, from everyone here at Nerfcast, this is Shawn.
This is Josh.
And B.f. Yizzle.
Happy tagging. Cue the music.